Hello everybody, this is Whiskey River, and today I've got a video on the Tyrannotitan versus mid-tier packs. If you don't know, one of the toughest things on the Tyrannotitan is the dealing with the mid-tier packs. They can be a real nuisance because the Tyrannotitan has very poor turning radius. So anything that can get in behind you and tail ride you is a real pain. Now, the Tyrannotitan does have the tail knockback, which is key, and also the juke. Those are two must-haves equipped on the Tyrannotitan. Now the tail, I don't know why you wouldn't equip it. It's the only thing it has on the tail. But the other one you could swap out with the charge ability. Now I definitely go with the juke. You can't really survive without the juke. I mean, the stuff that knows how to kill you is going to get in behind you. The charge, I don't really see much of a use for the charge. Definitely not a use that's good enough to sacrifice that juke ability. So that's what I go with, is the juke, and that's how I deal with these mid-tier packs. The other thing is a lot like with the Rex, you've got to use the terrain to your advantage. Use watering, like especially water holes like these, rocky environments where there's cliffs and walls and things like that. Anything that you can do to limit the opponent's movement is the best thing you can do to survive against these types of attacks. So I've been attacked by packs of Metries and Dilos and even Dasp and Torbos are sub-apex, but they can be a problem in the same way. The thing about the mid-tiers is that they're a little squishier, so you don't need to get as many bites on them to kill them. Like Dilos need about 4 bites, including a heavy bite. Same with Metries, but the thing about the Metries is that they just heal up. So Metries can be a pain because they run off and heal up, but the nice thing is that they can't heal if they're bleeding. So you see they try to sit down a lot when you're fighting them, and that's when you want to charge in and get to them. Don't give them an opportunity to sit down. If one of them's disappearing, try to keep an eye on where it went and constantly pressure where it's going. The more they run, the better for you, and you definitely don't want them sitting down if you can avoid it. And eventually they'll make a mistake and you can capitalize on it and get the win. So far I've only died once on this Tyrannotitan, and it was because I got caught out with while I was like very low on hunger, and I happened to be down in Green Valley where you can't eat carcasses on the Tyrannotitan. It's only got hyper carnivore, which is a huge weakness to the thing, because if you get hungry, the only way really to keep your hunger level up is salt rock, because the critters don't really give you any kind of nutrients. You're running around, eating these little critters, and they barely do anything to your hunger level. Might keep you from starving, but it's not going to fill you up by any means, whereas the salt rock will actually fill you up. So I don't travel very far from salt rock. That's why you see me here in Hot Springs a lot. Anywhere where there's salt rock, I just try to keep it nearby. Green Hills, Hot Springs, Salt Flats, even like Dried Lake kind of has some salt rock, but the problem with Dried Lake is there's not a lot of water nearby. You got to go all the way to the Green Valley Lake or something like that. So I try to, Crater has some salt rock, so I try to stay in the areas where there's salt rock if I need to go to it in case I get too low. And I never try to get too low, because if you get caught by a pack of mid-tiers, then you're going to need a hole up somewhere, and you can't really move all that much, especially if it's something that bleeds like Dilos or Conks. You can't be running around too much. You've got to be like stationary for the most part, and then you'll start starving to death. And that's what happened to me with the Conks. Is I got basically I had to hole up, and I was there for so long I started starving. So I ended up dying of starvation. So salt rock's your best friend on these things, really. Now, in this spot right here is really good because I've got salt rock and water, and it's a tight spot, so these guys have to come in here to get me. I know Metries are bad swimmers, so if they get stuck in the water, which is bound to happen, they're going to make a mistake. They're going to get stuck, tied up on these rocks or in the water, and that's when I'll be able to kill one. That's my plan here. So I can do this all day. These guys want to hang out and try to pick me apart, that's fine, because I've got water and salt rock, and I can hole up right here for as long as they want to do this. My target at this point is the white one. It's the one that's being the most reckless and taking the most risks. So I've really got my eye on him as the target. And that's the one I'm going to try to focus when I get an opportunity. So these guys are really no threat at this point. My biggest threat now is going to be a third party. Spino, Rex, anything like that that wants to come in and ruin my day is going to be the problem. Trying to bait them as much as I can by drinking and doing some different things to get them to run in. And I knew it. The white one was going to make a mistake, and there it is. Tail knocked back for the win. Get him in the water, knock the other one back so it can't get near me, and then I can just kill him while he can't swim. And that's it. That's how you deal with these mid-tiers. Now, after I got rid of these guys, an interesting thing happens here at the end of this fight. Now, I was really hoping that the Metries would challenge for the body, because being cannibals, or they call it savage tag now, they could challenge for the body. So I was kind of trying to entice them to do that by some comments in the local chat there to say, "Come on, guys, let's go. Let's keep fighting. I've got plenty of health here, you know." But they didn't want to, so it's all good. Yeah, so I have no idea what that guy's plan was there. Hats is no match for a Tyrannotitan, but he decided he wanted to play, so that was kind of an interesting little bonus to that whole fight. Thought it was pretty good. So in this clip here, these Dilos were following me around for a while. They were stalking me. I went all the way to the big blue, the regular lake up there at Hunter's Thicket through the forest. And I came back here because I didn't want my hunger to get too low in case I had to do a long fight with these guys. So there I used the juke. You can see how the juke's effective. I got that Dilo to about half health with that juke bite right there. And you use a heavy bite in combination with the juke, and it works really, really well. I watched the replay later and watched their health bars, and that Dilo was half health in that one shot. So that's the advantage, is that these little guys are squishy, but there's 6 of them, so they can run off and heal, while you're still standing there not healing if they get you down low enough. So I'm going to utilize water as much as I can in the fight to do the same kind of thing I did with the Metries. So obviously the risk here is that Sarko or something can come along and get me, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. And he gets caught up right there in the water. He can't get up on the shoreline, and so I know right there I've got this one won. Same kind of thing with the Metries. Just use the water, and there you go. On some servers, they don't let you use water in combat, which is a real problem, and I don't know why they have that rule, because that situation right there, there's really not much else you're going to be able to do to defend against that. Water is really helpful, so I'm not going to be playing on those servers very much. Now this guy here, this little Alberta, I fought 3 Albertas on another day, a couple of days prior to this one, and they were tough, but I ended up killing one, so I figured one would be a lot easier. But man, this one here really put up a fight. I think I did take a bite by that Dino, but my health is fine. He didn't really do much of it. It was mostly the Alberta. It really put up a much better fight than I thought it was going to. It was very good at staying behind me. So I wanted to put this one in there too, because it is a mid-tier, and anything that's small and fast like that can stay behind you, you got to be really careful about. Now the thing about the Herbies is that you don't have to attack them. So pack of Albertas or mid-tiers and stuff, maybe not the best target. You could get into trouble. I mean, they have lower health, they have a lot low health, so eventually you'll probably kill one of them, but I think the bigger, slower targets are better. So here I'm just running him, trying to get the bleed to work for me as much as possible. I think eventually he's going to run out of stamina too, probably before I do. That's really my biggest hope, but he does some pretty good damage here in the end. Poor juke timing there. I actually put him behind me again with that juke, so that was kind of my bad. Good juke. He's bleeding really good now. I try to keep him running as much as possible, and then eventually he'll die. But yeah, surprised me how good he was. So that's the Titan versus mid-tier guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll be bringing you some more content. I got a lot of great videos, a lot of great footage, so I got a lot of great videos coming. So thanks for watching again, and give me a like and a comment if you have any questions or comments, and I hope to see you out there in Gondola. Goodbye.